This episode is brought to you by Tabletop Dominion, purveyors of handmade dice and artisan gaming accessories. Why not head over to tabletopdominion.com and use the code BILLOW to enjoy 10% off your order? Who knows, maybe you will find your very own blue dice of power.
Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. I'm here with Paul and now I'm here with Lucas. Hello, Lucas.
Hello.
We're all sitting around in the command pod. Paul and I are recording the adventures of Scaly in Frostanger while the others are all in Evenstar. Lucas, you can't listen in because you never know, there might be secret stuff.
No, I'll piss off in a minute.
Well, you know, it's fine. Yeah, just flush yourself out the airlock.
It's not that you're not welcome.
No, you are welcome. You are welcome. We thought while we were sitting around doing all of this stuff, we would record a few intros. It's always nice if you rate and review us. Lucas, what is our email address? Oh, God.
Hello.
I always get confused because it's Billowing Hilltop or something.
Hello at
No, that's our
billowinghilltop.com.
Twitter account. Hello at billowinghilltop.com. Oh, by the way, happy National Beer Day.
Oh, National Beer Day.
It's National Beer Day in the United Kingdom, however you're observing it. We're observing it, well, I'm observing it, with a lovely glass of double-barreled Parker. It's very appropriate, isn't it, since you're here, Lucas?
Yeah. Is it any good?
Very nice beer it is too.
And
Next
D&D
also
weekend, you'll have to bring along a couple of bottles and I can try
a couple of bottles of Parker. I most certainly will.
We never actually established whether or not you'd got yourself some freebie beer from that brewery.
The Clun Brewery.
Clun Brewery.
Yeah.
Did you ever get anything?
Never heard anything. I need to email if I can find his email address.
Will.
I presume it's just @clun.com and see what the deal is. Otherwise, social media is always the same, blah, blah, blah. We haven't got any news or information, so let us push on. Thanks, Lucas. Thanks, Paul, for nothing, basically.
No, didn't do
My
anything.
pleasure.
Let us push on. This is one without you, Paul.
I know.
So every cloud,
Yeah.
with episode 146 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, Casino Boogie.
Nearly at 150.
That's it. I'm off.
Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello, everyone. I don't know what's going to happen this time. I didn't know what was going to happen last time. And
Can't remember whether
no idea.
Fuck, we are now.
Honestly,
We
no
knew exactly
idea.
what was going to happen.
smoke.
No idea.
Don't know. Was there smoke or something going on?
There was smoke going on. We maybe ought to have a...
Oh, these two creatures seem to be able to see through the smoke, don't they? Oh, yeah.
Well, I see that you brought Paul's canister along, so obviously you're expecting Paul to rejoin us at some point.
You got it working then.
We've got everything set up.
Be careful.
it working
so
Don't
far.
move too quickly.
The main... basically, changing the...
Sounds okay so
The
far.
stitches are still
Changing
fresh.
It's a new speaker.
changing the capacitors seem to make all the difference.
We plugged some AI in to make him sound like human.
Yeah.
Paul's
You
just
mean make it sound
basically
more
Chat
human.
GPT.
Yes.
No.
But you're also playing classical music to him, weren't you?
I played in the music from the coronation service, and in the end, he just sat there scratching his orbs.
Did anyone see what I mean? It's a bit like the magic hall at the end. And here we have the magic sword,
Yep.
and the cloak of displacement.
He's rolled just a series of high numbers. It ends up with everything.
Yeah.
What did you end up with? No, not very much. Who got the orb? Charles got the orb.
Charles
Did he? I thought he got the scepter. No, he got the orb and the scepter.
and the
Well,
crown, and the cloak and the bracelet.
You're going to put something back. What are you going to put back?
And a ring and 3 swords.
I can't put it. I'm not putting anything back. Anyway, we're in the casino and you've disturbed a meeting between some
yeah, that's
thugs, some ouch splinter thugs, and the casino boss, a halfling called Fortuna.
Let me clarify. This was Johnny's plan, wasn't it? This was Johnny's plan to disrupt.
Well,
Yeah,
more
has
along the
got
lines of
backfired.
Lucas's plan. Well, I don't know.
I was
I can't
facilitating. It was
recall this
Lucas's
stuff.
idea. I was facilitating it. So any blame,
Right.
Yeah, well, we
direct towards-
made out like there was a fire, and then Johnny provided the smoke, but it didn't seem to
Exactly.
have any.
The door opened.
And these two creatures seem to have seen right through it.
Let's pick up with the people that were in the office. So, readers, I'm sorry if you don't know where we are, or we don't know where we are. But if you don't know where we are, well, this is going to be very difficult to explain. But there's a meeting going on in an office in the back of the casino, and you've tried to create a distraction in order to basically peel away these 3 thugs from Fortuna, the casino proprietor and founder and general over person. And in order to do so, you decided to try and create a distraction To do that, you set fire to something, and then Uncle Buggy has triggered the bonfire smoke from the axe of the Grey Woodsman and has sidled up towards this office. The door is open. You can see 2 thugs through the door, Johnny, because you can see through the smoke. Most people cannot.
Yeah.
The first thug that you can see is like a wiry, agile, darting tiefling wearing black clothing with a hood thrown back and 1 green and 1 grey eye. Those eyes seem to sparkle and dance and are extremely unnerving. That creature seems to be able to see through your smoke. And you know that originally there was another tiefling, like a duplicate of that tiefling, and we'll come back to them later. The thug behind a character that you know from Keshia, the pit boss that has been looking after you, is called Malaby Splinter Skull. He's a grey-eyed ouch splinter, heavy. He doesn't seem to be able to see through the smoke at all. He just seems like a normal person. You can see him, Buggy, and you can see that he is sort of fumbling his way towards the door and doesn't know what to do. The last thing that happened, the critical last thing that happened, is that the tiefling and the doorway shouted, "Go!" to the other tiefling, and the other tiefling turned into a raven and headed for the window. That is where we left things.
So we've been rumbled, whatever happens.
Well, you don't know what's going on. You don't know whether or not you have an opportunity to stop stuff or start stuff, but I think the only way we're going to do this is if we roll for initiative. So let's start with that. I'm going to roll for my people.
15 for Uncle Buggy.
Okay.
12 for Burple.
12 for Sessions.
15 for Parker.
I'm going to roll separately for the tiefling and for the hoodlum. Mr. Grey, okay, and then Splinter Skull. Oof. Parker, what's your initiative modifier?
3.
Buggy, what's your initiative modifier?
2.
Okay, by dint of your initiative modifiers, you're going to go before the tiefling. But we're going to start with the thug, Splinter Skull. Buggy, can you give me a perception check? Very quickly.
Yep.
No quicker than that.
11.
He throws back his cloak, reaches into a pocket. As he does so, you can get a good look at his arm. He's got drug kettle scars, which are the telltale signs of a Calamanthus user. He's clearly off his planet. He reaches into his doublet, whatever it is, pulls something out, drops it on the floor, smoke starts coming out of it. And he steps away from the door towards the window. I'm going to put some smoke in.
2 different types of smoke.
This is going to be a problem, but here we go.
Smoke or fog? It's not a fog cloud, is it?
It's not a spell. In terms of its effect, it may be very similar to a fog cloud. It's clearly some kind of device, like a little smoke bomb. Next, it's Parker on 15. Parker, you can see the square root of fuck all.
Difficult. So I'm behind the door. I previously popped my head out, lit the plant pot alight, then Buggy went out, caused the smoke. The smoke does go through the door.
It spreads round corners, so yeah.
So I'm actually not aware of where the
You're
ouch
aware that things have
splinters
kicked
are.
off. You heard somebody
but
shout,
I'm not aware
"Go!"
of where the ouch splinters are.
No,
I will cast...
you can't see Buggy either. It's heavily obscured.
I will cast Longstrider
On yourself?
on
Okay.
myself.
Anything else?
No.
On 15, Buggy, can you give me another perception check?
5.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm going to move up. I can move through an opponent, is that right? Oh, how big is he? He's not one size larger, is he? Oh, no, maybe he is.
Mr. Grey is
Mr.
medium
Grey
sized.
standing in the door. And I'm small, am I?
I think hobbits are small. Graham would know.
How long have you been running this character?
I don't know. I just assume it's small.
Never assume.
Google it, man. Google it.
I think it's small.
Yeah, small.
Right. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah. So you're small. Yes. You
So
can
I'm
move.
gonna
From the, you
go
can move through a.
5,
yeah.
10, 15, 20.
Do you draw an attack of opportunity?
Yes, but I'm not moving away
Okay.
from him. I'm moving. A 15-foot cube originating from you would be.
15 foot.
How does it originate?
Is that what you're?
No, I'm going to do a spell.
Okay. So
So-
you've now stepped into the smoke. So now you can't see.
If I went slightly to the left of Mr. Grey, would that still be in?
You'd be on the periphery of the smoke. You wouldn't be able to see any part of the room apart from Mr. Grey standing right next to you. You can't see the chap that dropped the device, and you can't see the raven as it's heading through the window, and you can't see Fortuna.
You are
Metagaming
calling
here, I
out.
was gonna-
You are calling out what you see. Yeah.
Yeah, but
He can't see anything.
I'm metagaming here
Why?
because I'm going to do a thunder wave 15 foot radiating from me to get the others, but I can't really see them, can I?
We can be a bit relaxed about
15
this.
foot cube. It's
You've
only
got a
going to get
glimpse
the
of-
squares around you.
15 foot cube originating from you. How does that work?
It's a 3 square by 3 square cube, and it must originate with you at one face. So you must be connected to it. This is a little hangover
It's a bit
from
weird because
4th
it sounds
edition.
like it's 5 foot or on either
No, it's
around me.
15 foot
No.
on each.
It's 15 foot on each side. In the little picture with the gnome, I think it might show you the cube, although I know we had this conversation before.
So I could go to the doorway and then do it.
Yes, and it would fill the 9 squares straight in front of you, or the 9 squares starting in front of you and going off to your left.
Yeah, I'll
or
do
to
that.
your right.
So I'll
As
get
long-
Splinter
okay.
Skull. I go up there and I do a Thunder Wave as a 4th level
Okay.
spell, and I'm going to max it out with my divine thing.
Your divine thing. Yeah.
So
divine
that's
Yep.
32.
Is there a saving throw? What's the DC?
A Constitution save, DC 15.
Malaby makes his save, and Mr. Grey makes his save with a 15. So they both take 16 points of thunder damage.
Because they save, they don't get pushed back either.
Right.
A thunderous boom, audible out to 300 feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marvellous.
And then I'm going to start raging.
All the glasses rattle, and the tables in the bar in the casino, and the chips jiggle about on the tables.
And I guess I may as well switch off the thing, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I'll move to the side because there's no point in standing in front of him. And I'll switch off the smoke.
Well, you're going to draw an attack of opportunity if you do that.
That's true. I'll just stand slightly to the left of him. So I'm still within his thingamy.
I'm not sure that he threatens that square that you're standing in.
No, I don't think he does.
In that case, he gets an attack of opportunity.
Because you move out of the threatened square.
Precisely.
Oh no, I see what you mean.
Just gets covered, doesn't he? If you attack round the corner. I don't know.
Fine.
So I'll just stand in front of him.
But it's him.
I'm raging.
Yeah. He clicks his heels together. It's the first thing he does.
Boots of speed.
Now that you're standing face to face with him, his eyes have changed from being green and grey to just grey. And there's a weird moment. You know those things in they used to do like subliminal advertising? A single frame of a film would be a picture of a product or something, and you weren't sure that you'd seen it or not.
Yeah.
There's a little flash moment where he's a raven, not a person, but he's not a raven, he is a person. Do you want to make an attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
It, whatever it is, steps back into the smoke and out of your view.
28.
Oh, it's a hit. What are you attacking with?
Great Axe of the
Great
Timber
Axe of the
Dark.
Grey Woodsman.
23 points
Yeah.
damage.
Ouch. Okay.
Yeah, you fucker.
You don't know whether or not that's rattled him because you can't see him. All you can see now in this room is smoke. Session's on 12.
Can you take out the raven?
What raven?
There is a raven coming out the window, presumably flying off to the Outsplinters headquarters.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll move over to the window, Mike. And can I see a raven taking off?
Ooh.
Stop the pigeon.
Yeah. That guy that's just like... Yes, is the answer. High above the streets and houses. You can see a bird moving like a... Well, not a bat out of hell. A raven out of hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's over the rooftops of the buildings on the other side of the street. We haven't got an infinite floor plan here, everybody, but you get the general idea, Graham, right?
Yeah.
And it
Approximately
looks
how
like
far
it's
away?
booking it. Well, at least 100 feet away and up. So it's burnt maybe more than 100 feet of movement. Almost at the point where you're going to lose the angle to see it if it keeps going horizontally.
I don't wish to be boring about this, but was that window open?
I've thought about this long and hard.
Okay.
It's an arrow slit, not a window.
Okay. Whereas the one that we're at is a window, not an arrow slit. I mean, it's angled, so it's still an arrow. So that's not got glass in either.
Yes, I'm relaxed about that.
Okay, well, I'll give it a go at interrupting its movement, Mike. I'm going to try casting Ice Storm.
Ha!
Well, it's a cylinder,
Yes,
20-foot
a point
cylinder, and I'll put it in the
Yeah.
middle of the cylinder
Yes.
and rain
Got
down ice and bludgeoning
Stuff on
damage. So see what happens.
Saving throw.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Only rolling an 8.
DT 18.
Yeah, okay. He's failed that saving throw.
So it takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage, 6, and 4d6 cold damage, 10 cold damage.
Buggy, in the smoke, you feel a kind of weird wave of cold, and you hear the sound of somebody wincing in pain.
Okay, so he's moving the damage over to the other person. That was
Or it's an aspect of him.
Hmm.
I think the hail causes that area to be difficult ground for a round.
Every square costs 2 squares, correct?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, not very much.
Burple on 12.
So if I move you over to the window, can I see it? I just want to target it with a spell.
Well, the lightly obscured would be the thing that would be most natural, and that would not preclude anybody casting a spell. Is that right?
Spherical Wall of Force.
How does that work?
I can cast a Spherical Wall of Force. There you go. Sphere with a radius of up to 10 feet. So it's a 20-foot radius sphere that lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, we had a discussion about this.
Yeah.
Your suggestion was that people should get a dexterity save.
Which I think it was a terrible idea. I mean, it's a bird.
Now, on
It's
reflection.
a bird. If it's a giant thing in the middle of a sphere, it just needs to break the plane. But if it's a tiny bird in the middle of a 20-foot diameter sphere, it should be, a done deal.
I mean, if that's the way you want this spell to work for the future, that is fine. I mean, I don't think it matters whether or not you're a bird or a human.
I think it makes a big difference.
It's
I think if
10-foot
you're
radius.
small, then I think if you're medium size, I think
Right,
it's
so if
fine.
you're Buggy or Sessions,
Yeah.
then you wouldn't get a saving
correct.
throw. But if
I'm
you're
not sure I
Burple,
agree
you would
with
get
that.
a
It's very
Yes,
short.
exactly.
The Raven is moving like absolute lightning, but of course it's currently standing still because of the round system, right? This is the classic thing. Well, how can people dodge out of a fireball? By saving against it, bearing in mind that they can't move because it's not their turn. Everybody is always in motion.
Yeah.
And you've targeted it like flat,
It's 100 feet away.
trying to
right?
target a fighter aircraft. Yeah. But you don't have to make a to hit roll with the spell.
Yep.
So I think we can put that to one side. It's just a question of whether or not it's got any chance to evade it.
Yeah, give it a save.
And whatever rule we decide, I think we're going to have to remember this because obviously bad guys may start trying to do the same thing to you. So if we decide that this is a no save, 10-minute concentration prison, then it is. What's the decision of the Council of the Wise?
I'm happy
That's
for
everybody
you.
apart from Paul.
I can see it both ways. The difference between this and a fireball is a fireball, you can see the pea coming and you can, dive for cover. With this, it just instantly springs into existence.
Yeah, but then the same is true of the Ice Storm.
Do you get a save to avoid the ice storm?
To avoid the
you get a
damage.
dexterity
Yeah.
save. Yeah.
But there's no damage. And you don't avoid the ice storm, you take half damage, don't you? It's not saved to 0, is it?
Dan, you have persuaded me. You trap it inside your ball of force. And from now on, ball of force offers no saving throw.
Maybe you
And I
should turn it
presume the same-
around and make Dan make a attack roll with it or something.
That would be inventing a whole other thing.
Well, he's got to target
The-
it in the right place at the right time.
But then the same would be true of a fireball. And I think we just start to get ourselves into a very difficult area.
I mean, just throw a sort of odd one in. If you would shoot an arrow at that point, you'd have to roll to hit. If you target a spell, you automatically hit a point.
Yes, exactly.
Utterly inconsistent.
So it's highly inconsistent, but we aren't going to change all of the spell targeting rules in order to fit this one single.
No, but you
No.
do have a spell attack bonus. I mean, it is in the rules if you wanted to do that.
Well,
I'm
if you
not
was to
necessarily in
cast
favour of
an
it. 'cause
Eldritch bolt or whatever it is, or a ray of frost, he would have to. Quite
suppose-
difficult to argue.
I think
to
that
If you
change
were doing
the
a
rules.
darkness spell on it, targeted on it, you wouldn't save to jump out the darkness, would you? So I guess there is no save.
I think
Right.
that there's actually an even stronger argument, to be honest, for no save. There's a spell that does exactly what Dan's trying to do,
Force cage.
What,
Force Cage, which doesn't have a save. I mean, it's a higher level spell, but it's just point and you create something and there's no save, unless you're
Yeah.
too big to fit in it.
There is still a problem with it in that
It's just
it's up in the air, right?
I'm sorry about this, readers.
So that we haven't solved the problem. We've just delayed the problem. So now we can deal with the two guys on the ground.
I mean, in previous editions, it was always a wall, was it? It was a flat surface.
I don't
No.
know.
No,
I mean,
no. I think you
Otherwise
could
we
always
would have
do a
done it
dome
easier.
or a sphere. No, I think you
I
can.
think you could do a hemispherical. I'm not sure you could do a sphere.
Keshia,
Who's that?
she's the pit boss that's been
Oh, right.
looking after you thus far. Keshia looks around frantically, like all of this stuff is kicking off. She sort of knew that something would be happening. She looks like, what's the word?
Johannesburg.
She looks crestfallen. She's been trying to avoid any kind of,
Imperial entanglements.
imperial entanglements, precisely. She looks around to see if people are reacting, and then she starts running towards the exit. On 18, Splinter Skull. You hear a voice, Buggy, shout, "What's happening? What's happening?" On 15, it's Parker. Why don't you
Still
trap
really
that?
after that whole round, none the wiser as to what to do.
You were just hoping things would shake themselves out.
Kill them.
Yeah.
No, the wheel of dice turns for the time being.
Who's the time being?
Is it Paul? Not now.
Ah, yes. I know what I'm going to do.
Kill them.
So I'm going to move up to next to Bugraft,
Yeah.
and I'm going to drop a fireball into the room,
You know the
Right.
the
Where exactly where?
placed on 20-foot radius.
do it on
so
Keshia, yeah?
basically,
Well, no, Keshia's run out towards the exit.
yeah,
but-
Keshia's run out, so the only people
Yeah.
in the room are baddies.
no isn't hang on and the one that's the boss
You're having this shouted, rapid-fire conversation.
And the one that's the what?
isn't the boss still in there? I can't see it, but
No, she just...
no, she didn't. This one that ran out was the one that escorted us into this room here. Yeah, she's never been in
Oh.
that room since this combat started.
It's true to say, Parker, that Fortuna, the proprietor of the casino, was in this office with these three heavies. Keshia is the pit boss that noticed you when you
So
teleported
we
in.
don't
and has
know
been
where
looking after you.
Fortuna... Sorry. Just
Quick
more
way to find out.
confused today than
You
normally.
know, why
So
burn it all to the ground
Fortuna
and then
is still in the room.
kill them all
Could
and then
be.
resurrect them.
I can't remember.
We don't know.
Turned into a bird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! So my thunder wave might wasted her. I can't remember seeing a figure in there.
No, she didn't leave, did
Well,
she?
it was
Right.
in there. It was in there. I removed it when the smoke cloud arrived.
Well, I will move next to Buggy anyway,
Right.
and then I will shout,
Just shout anything.
run out, Fortuna, as fast as you can.
Right.
Fire in the hole.
Yeah. And I think that's... Are you going... I think that's all I
Let me
can
get-
do,
I don't
really,
know
at the
that I am
moment,
going,
until we actually know, because...
Dan, are you going her?
I'm going, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, who's going?
Right, that's me then.
Someone's going,
Yeah, I-
Maybe I will go her.
I was going, but
That's it.
going,
Oh, it's done. Okay. On 15,
Yeah.
it's Uncle Buggy.
Can I make a perception check to hear the move up to the square where the person was speaking?
You don't need to make a perception check. You could hear where the person was.
So
they
it
were
was
about
where
in the
it was
middle of the room,
before.
but over towards the left-hand wall. I mean, that's
okay.
about
Well,
as
I'm
your
just going to move forward, and slash around
bug
with the axe.
sense. Can you give me a square that you're going to slash into in this turn?
The one to the northwest of me.
Bingo. It's the blinded condition, so you're rolling at disadvantage. Make an attack roll.
That's
a 2.
And the next one,
Okay.
loser.
Doesn't matter.
a 1. No, it doesn't matter because I'm a hobbit. I get to re-roll ones.
It
but
also doesn't matter because you're rolling at disadvantage, so it doesn't matter what you roll. The 2 is what counts. Yeah?
Well, surely he takes the lowest roll, which is the 1, which means he
No,
gets to
because it
re-roll.
doesn't take the 1. Okay. Right. Okay. I've been nice on the wall of force. Right.
No, hang on, I don't get it.
Wait a
this
second.
was my second attack. The first
My
one
pants
missed,
be pulled
obviously, because I rolled a 2, so I'm not rolling
Oh,
the
so
next.
this is the first roll of your second attack.
Yes,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I wouldn't roll. I wouldn't bother rolling again because a 2's definitely going to miss. right?
But what if you get a
Free went
2?
wet.
What if you get a 2 with your second roll? Does that negate the 1?
No, because you re-roll the 1 now and then make your second roll.
Yes, I
Right.
So
did
re-roll
say
the
it was
1.
my
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
attack. So
Benefit of the doubt.
no,
Yeah,
I
you
said
did.
it's my other
You
attack.
did.
So this is I get to re-roll this because I'm a hobbit, but I am now feeling that I'm rolling really badly, so I'm just going to get a few bad dice rolls out. So it's just practice. Hang on.
Did you,
so this
did
is-
you not?
this
Why
practice
is this
one.
the re-roll? That's a 16. A great re-roll. And it's a 17. Okay, this is going well.
Fuck it.
Another 17. It's, now a 4. Just tell me when it's the real one.
All right,
13
I just wait
also
till I
would
got a
have been
bad one
fine.
off.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Okay, so this is
you
the
just
second
let a bad
attack,
one
first
off.
roll.
No, this is... Okay, so that's the replacement of the 1.
Yes,
an
it's
11.
a 22.
Hitting armor class 22.
Right.
Okay, and then roll the second roll because it's a disadvantage.
Oh,
It's a
fuck
5.
it.
Okay, you don't hit anything.
Does it ping off some armor, or does he just
me
not
just think.
Welcome
hit
to
anything?
my
Well,
world.
it's such a stupid system, right?
Yeah.
5e. I mean, we're going to stick with it, right?
What?
To the bitter end.
What's stupid?
Well.
Even if it bounced off and I knew where it was, I'd still be attacking advantage because I can't see it.
Disadvantage. Yeah, but you don't even know you're attacking into the right square.
That's the point.
You could be attacking into an empty square, Buggy. You didn't roll high enough to find out whether or not there's anybody there. And what Dan was trying to establish was, did you at least establish that there's somebody there that you've missed?
But that would be the same with the early editions. Anyway,
Well, there's some systems have different mechanics.
I'm a big fan of the disadvantage. I think it's quite good.
I think it's a great mechanic, but there's other stuff that just doesn't,
You just
allow
go with it.
some
though.
of the
You just go with
granularity.
it. That's the
Much
game.
doesn't
Just
work.
go with it.
yeah.
Okay.
Quite a lot. Quite a lot doesn't work. But let's just go.
No, I
with it.
don't
It's fine.
think so. I think it's a very good system. So what was I? There's something else I was going to do.
Yeah, but you just hate Pathfinder.
All right, I'm going to switch on. Well, I don't know.
Hang on, is that to do with Pathfinder or what you're going to do?
It was Pathfinder. I was just looking at the Pathfinder because I got all the PDFs, right? The bundled pack, and I was just looking at some of the monsters, and it's like plus 40 to hit. It's that sort of thing that I just think with Pathfinder, it doesn't work. The dice rolls are becoming meaningless if you've got so many bonuses.
I agree with you
the
completely on
dice
that.
roll
Yes,
doesn't
if you-
make much difference. You may as well just I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
That's what
totally
I don't
agree
like
with you.
about Pathfinder. At a higher level, they don't think they've fixed it. So that's all. Anyway,
The role that the dice plays in the resolution of anything becomes increasingly irrelevant.
yes. But anyway, I'm going.
They're bringing in their critical success and
But I mean,
critical
you
failure
could
and all
argue
stuff
that
in
that's
Stage 10.
correct. I mean, if you're a first level nothing, then obviously, you're all about luck. Whereas if you're a 15th level something, then you're all about skill.
But it,
That's
I
why
don't know.
you train for 15 levels
But
to
everything up-
reduce
everything-
your skill.
everything upscales.
It's a good
It's
point.
like 4th edition, isn't it?
Good point.
You just end up getting
Well, I
more and
mean-
more bonuses fighting against higher and higher armor classes, and it just you just
We
Yeah.
didn't play 4th edition beyond first level.
no, but you could see where it was going.
Well, you hated it. We all loved it. We all loved it, readers. But
Fourth
Johnny
edition.
hated it. He took against it, didn't you? Just like you took against Pathfinder and you took
Pathfinder
against...
2.
This is a very rules discussion-y session, isn't it? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
readers. Anyway, I've completely forgotten.
Sorry.
You might
I'm
do
going to
something.
switch on
Was
my
it?
smoke because people can't see in that room anyway.
What?
Again?
No, but then I can't see.
Well, you can't see anyway.
Yeah, at least he can see where he is.
But I mean, but those creatures can see you as well. Or at least
Not
one of
when
them
I
can.
switch on the darkness, they won't be able to see me.
Darkness.
Not the darkness, the smoke. I
They
can
could see you
through
before,
my smoke.
through
They
your
can't.
own-
I thought we
They
just
could-
established that
One
one
of
of
them
them
could,
was
but
looking
anyhow,
at you through the
One of them
smoke.
could, but the guy who did the smoke bomb couldn't. No, it's all right. Okay, I won't switch it on.
But there's no evidence that the guy that did the smoke bomb can see you now.
Well, it'd be a bit silly to do a smoke bomb, stay
Or
in
the-
it, and then
Or that he's still there.
not be able to see through it. Okay, I won't switch it on.
Sessions on 12.
Well,
Oh, you're not going to cast the old again, are you?
I might. No, I'm going to move into the corridor. No, I'm going to move up to the door. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I can't see anything. But I can see all of my friends.
You can see Parker, you can see... Yeah, you can see all your friends. Well, you can't see Buggy, but yeah.
Oh, I can't see Buggy. Okay, so I'm just going to move to there. And that's it.
Okay, you can move to the door and that's it. Burple with his force bubble.
1,
What do you want to do?
2, 3,
You can't move this force bubble, can you?
5,
Or can you?
6. No.
Okay.
I'll move up next to Parker.
Mhm.
Draw my swords. And ready to hit something.
On 7, it's the staff. That basically just means everybody else. We're 12 or 18 seconds into stuff, and enough has happened that people are reacting. So you've got a situation now whereby the punters are running around. Some of them are just curious. We're in a fantasy knockabout swords and sorcery environment after all, right? This kind of stuff happens all the time. Some are spilling out from the other rooms into the main atrium area, curious. Some are in a state of some panic, look like they want to be leaving. Some of the staff are sort of approaching. Keshia, who ran out towards the exit, now runs back, shouting at you, Burple, there are 2 more. And that ends that round. And we start the next round with the turn of somebody you can't see.
There's 2 more.
I think my thunder wave probably raised the alarm.
Possibly.
A voice shouts out, this time from the far right-hand corner, call them off,
Pull them up.
or you'll pay a heavy price.
Who's he saying that to?
Oh, who do you think?
Dunno.
Fortuna.
That came from ahead of you and to your right, Uncle Buggy. On 15, it's Parker.
Not really any further.
Go in and get the smoky thing and throw it out the window.
Do I know where the smoky thing is?
No, but I'm sure you could find it. We did know where he put it down, didn't we? It's in the middle of that. It's in the middle of that.
Hold on a minute. What does my elemental attunement? I can snuff a candle or a campfire. We had this before, didn't we? When we were down in the
A smelly bit.
They do seem
in
quite
the
far
Ebon
back.
Triad area,
Oh, that
there was
little-
also
oh,
smoke, and you allowed me to move
Yes.
1 square of smoke per round.
I did, in the lair of the Grey Woodsman.
That's right. So I will
Yeah.
start doing that. So I will move into the
I understand.
first square inside the room, which is
Yes.
only a quarter covered, and I will carve out the square directly in front of me, which is the square next to Buggy.
So you can reveal, I'm just going to adjust the smoke coverage. So now Uncle
Yeah.
Buggy's square is clear. So is the square that you're not sure, but where you think that Mr. Grey was last standing,
Yes.
which is the 5-foot square in front of you. You can't see anybody else, so
Yeah.
these squares are empty.
Okay. Well, I won't move into it because then he can attack me out of the smoke.
Buggy on 15.
So the 2 squares in front of me are empty.
Do you want to make a perception check to see if you can detect movement or the presence of somebody in the squares in front of you?
Yeah, I mean,
Give it a shot. Make a roll.
it's
Train
not
your
using my
senses.
action, is it?
I don't think so, no. Just if you
Okay, so 18.
don't think there's anybody standing again.
The square to
you're
the
relying on-
northwest I was attacking before. Can't
There's
hear
no sign
anything.
that there's anything there or ahead of you.
Okay, well, I'll move into the square diagonally to the northwest, up against the wall.
The square that you were attacking into last turn.
Yeah.
And there's nothing there. It's empty.
And I'll just keep moving until I hit something.
There's a table that you kind of walk into, and you get the sense that there's some kind of form there. What do you want to do?
Well, I'll keep moving.
Okay. There are some chairs that you're kind of clattering
And then
into.
the final one. It's empty.
Well, when you
mean,
try and move into that square, there's somebody in that square.
Say, who are you? If you're Fortuna, make yourself known, otherwise I'm going to hit. See, that's not a very
Yeah.
good question, because I'll just lie.
You spotted the floor in that one.
Yes, it's Fortuna. Yes, I don't know where they went.
Everything's normal here.
You see here,
Everything's fine.
everything's fine. I'll say, who are you?
You hear
Sounds like somebody muffled.
Right, then I'll ignore that one and then carry on moving.
you clatter into the corner and you find another person.
I've gone
do you wanna
more
do?
than my movement, so I can't do anything. I'll shout to Parker, he's over here in the corner.
Okay, I like that.
Not
Sessions
that it
on
really
12.
helps me.
I'm going to hop on the sweepstakes, swoop out towards Keshia, and ask where the other 2 are.
You can see 2 people when you
Oh,
get
right, okay, where are they?
They're at the foot of the steps outside. They are looking wary and they are walking up towards the main entrance of the casino.
I will signal to
Goon 1 and Goon 2.
2 gooners outside the building. I
Yeah.
signal to my colleagues.
Things aren't that bad, Graham. You get the sense, Sessions, that they were probably told to wait outside and then they've heard stuff kicking off. What else do you want to do?
I didn't see the guy that was in this room, did I? Buggy had his fog cloud out before we got a chance to do anything.
You've never seen anybody in that
Yeah.
that office where everything is kicking off. All you can see now is Parker standing in the
Okay,
doorway.
I'm going to call the crushing coin into existence.
In between you and the entrance.
In between me and the entrance.
In between you and the goons, right?
Yeah, but up towards the ceiling, so it's probably not too obvious to them at this point in time. And then I'll float up towards the ceiling.
Cool. Could be part of the decorations in a casino.
Yeah, could
Burple on 12.
I will move out into the open. These guys are carrying swords, right? These goons.
Yeah, they've got a sword out each. They're wearing leather armor. They look nervous.
I will do a Dissonant Whispers. on Goon 1.
Goon 1.
Wisdom save DC 18.
Massively failed.
Okay, well, it takes 5d6.
Bloody hell. It's all high level. Okay, yeah.
It's only a 3rd level spell. 20 points of damage, and it uses its reaction to run away.
Well, that 20 points of damage seems to be relatively significant, and it runs away. She, let's put a person here, right? They're not just numbers, Dan. She runs away in a state of fear.
That's it. That's my round.
People are assembling in this kind of atrium area, looking confused and not knowing what to do. Some of them are drifting towards the exit. Nobody seems to be in a particular state of alarm. They are just like, I don't know what's going on in there, but I'm just going to start making my way out. That's the staff. Top of a new turn. Uncle Buggy, from right next to you, you hear a voice say, if you don't back off now, I'm going to cut her throat.
Whose throat? I can't see anything.
No more joking from you.
Meh, fuck off.
Right then. And you hear a rending sound and an awful bubbling cry. Parker on 15.
Can I choose the squares I vacate in anywhere, or do they have to be the ones in front of me? What's your ruling on that? Can I clear the square in front of Buggy?
I don't think you can clear squares that you can't see. Don't have any no other restrictions, but you can't clear squares you can't see.
So we're assuming he's got her grappled in the square in front of Buggy.
You've heard a sound like her throat just got cut.
So with Fist of Unbroken Air, it says, as an action you can... a chosen creature within 30 feet must make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Well, you have to be able to choose
I have
a
to
creature.
be able to see it to choose it.
I think that seems reasonable.
Do we think the fog is magical?
There's a little device lying on the ground, but I think that it's probably stopped emitting smoke. It's in a square that you've cleared.
Smoke canister, yeah.
This smoke is going to dissipate of its own volition, but we've had something like 30 seconds less since it was triggered. It wouldn't do it of its own volition. Right? It's got no will or agency here. It's just smoke.
Can you do a gust of wind or something?
No, but I can do the... Oh, well, Graham.
I will say, I really hope you didn't cause any harm to Fortuna there, because that means obviously you won't be able to leave here alive.
Okay, I will clear the square of smoke to the left of Buggy.
Yep.
And when I clear it, what's there?
Table.
There's nobody in that.
And some chairs.
Basically in the... Right, and then I will move up one square in front of the table.
Okay. Can you give me a perception check?
Oh dear, 7. Not very
Okay.
good.
We're back round to Buggy again on 15.
Okay, well, I'm guessing this person's right in front of me because I haven't heard otherwise. Is that right?
Well, you heard a voice from straight in front of you say, back off.
Yeah, and no movement after that.
No.
Why don't you ready to whack it and I'll disperse the gas for you?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll ready an action to bash the creature in front of me as soon as the thing's gone.
Got it. Can you make a perception check, Buggy?
11.
Okay. Session's on 12.
Okay, I'll move up to the doorway. I cast Gust of
Yes.
Wind down the 10-foot wide path that is Parker and Buggy and disperse all the gas in that space.
That's going to serve to disperse the entire thing, so we can clear it off.
Just
And you
realised
can
it's not
see
raging anymore.
two figures in that corner of the room. One is holding onto the other. One is this Malaby Splinter Skull, looking desperate, his eyes darting from left to right. He's holding the slumped form of Fortuna. He's clearly delivered some catastrophic damage to her windpipe, and there's blood pouring down the front of her dress. I told you I'd do it! I told you I'd do it! Now you're all gonna die because you've made the wrong kind of enemy.
It's the other
My
one.
axe into his head.
You've got your ready to action.
Oh, yeah.
Does
It
that
trumps
go?
everything else.
Yes, okay. I'll do that. Bash. 26.
Is a hit.
24 points of damage.
He looks a bit chopped up. He looks very kind of hyper.
Don't you ready the attack action? Can't you attack again?
You use your reaction to make a single attack. Sessions, is anything else from you?
I will step to the side of the door. Actually, I'm floating, but to give...
You'll float to the side of the door
Yeah.
on the sweepstake. Burple on 12.
Is she making death saves, or does she look dead? Dead.
You can't see her at all, and you don't know that she's injured or wounded.
Where's the other guy?
It's a very good question.
I
You can't see anybody from where you're standing, just maybe catch a glimpse of Parker. Otherwise, that section of the office you can see into.
Forward.
Malaby Splinter Skull's in the corner. He's got a hold of Fortuna, who is clearly in a state of distress, and Buggy is chopping at him with an axe, and Parker is thinking of his next question. And there's no sign of anybody else.
Can I move it up to Splinter Skull in the corner?
Yeah, you'd be standing in the square where she is, but yes, technically, yeah.
All right, well, I'll hit him.
Oh, okay.
I shall strike him with the Sword of Icosiel.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Just any sword.
Not just any sword, but the Sword of Icosiel. Hitting armor class 12.
There's a miss.
And I shall...
Sword of Icosiel, not just any sword.
Yeah, and I shall hit him, in that case, with the Sword of Zosiel.
Oh, the Sword of Zosiel.
The Sword of Zosiel. Do you know him? Hitting armor class 24.
Ah, the Sword of Zosiel, not any sword, does strike home.
Does 7 points.
Okay, disappointing. Yep.
And another d6 lightning damage.
Nasty.
And I will throw in a point of Bardic Inspiration, which is
to do an extra X number of
5d6, I think it is.
Psychic blades. Yeah. See, I remember.
Just trying to remember what it's what it is.
Does an extra 5d6, I think.
Well, let's do 5d6. The 5d6 is 16.
Yes.
And another point of
got it. Done.
So 24.
Done.
And
well,
I will step back into the corner.
On 7. Oh dear. Okay. Fortuna seems to slump a little bit more dangerously towards the floor. And Kesha comes running into the office saying, Fortuna! Fortuna! And it's this horrible man who drops Fortuna's floppity body like a dead ragdoll and slashes with his kukri at Buggy. Oh, rolling an 18, hitting armor class 23.
Yep.
Doing a total of soddle damage. 6 points of slashing damage.
Yep. I'm not raging.
He shouts. Yeah, you are raging. You were raging before.
No, but I had a round where I hadn't attacked anything, or nothing had attacked me.
Okay. He shouts, just remember, if I don't walk out of here unharmed, you're all for the chop.
Is that the best you can do?
I say.
He looks around when you say that. It can't see anybody. And then he looks down and he sees you. He goes, it's not me you've got to worry about, yeah? It's part of something bigger.
Is that the best you can
Well,
do?
you used to be part of something bigger, but unfortunately you're now dead. Just lie down on the ground because you're dead.
That, I'm afraid, my weird goggle-eyed friend is a classic example of short-termist thinking. But anyway, let's move on. On 15, it's Parker. Parker.
Do I get any disadvantage if I jump on the desk and attack him from there, or do I have to move around?
No, be my guest.
Right.
Desk collapses. You take 62 points of
Really, it's a mimic. Eats you.
collapsing damage. Yeah. And then there's a pit trap underneath it. No!
Yeah, it spikes.
Fall to
Oh,
the
well, I
Earth's
don't
core.
take any falling damage from a pit trap.
Fall to the Earth's core and you evaporate. You're all surrounding this guy.
Bish bash bosh.
Oh,
Armor class
no, here we
19.
go. Yes.
That's 17 points of damage.
Oh, right. Yep.
Armor class 24.
Also a hit.
10 points of damage.
One dead goon.
Right.
Right.
After all of that, Parker just jumps onto the desk.
Boff.
2 punches. It's just like dead.
But we don't know where the other one is, right?
You don't know.
Time for a heal on
Buggy.
Fortuna.
Oh, do a
I'm
heal
staying
on
in
Fortuna.
thingy. She stabilizes.
Oh, hang on.
The
Spare the. Hang on.
Ridiculously gentle death and dying rules of 5e. Step in
I'll do
again to
spare the
save another
dying.
life.
Which is a cantrip.
Can't you just
Okay.
heal her?
Well, I was
Sessions on 12.
being a bit mean with the spells.
You're just going to zoom round the
Okay.
thing. Sessions on 12.
On session, I'll swoop in, tap her with the happy stick, and return to my position.
Burple on 12.
Do you want to roll, or are you just going to manage that there in the background?
What am I meant to be doing? You can roll the healing, can't you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just can't.
What's up to the goons?
Do that in the background. Burple on 12. Well, you don't know.
Well,
in the
12.
office.
Killed one of them. We don't know where the other one is.
Okay.
No, I
Well,
mean
she's
the
looking a
goons
lot
on
better.
the
She sort of
south side of the
she
building.
coughs and starts looking around, in a state of bewilderment.
I'm going to cast See Invisibility and open this door.
The door into the kiosk?
Yeah.
It's the kiosk. Huddled under the teller's window is a scared-looking halfling attendant.
Okay, but I can't see. There's another
nothing-
door. Did anyone come through here?
No, the door's not opened.
Okay.
I probably turned into a bird and flew out like the
Okay,
other
look out the window. Look out
Yeah.
the arrow slit. Can I see
Yeah,
my...
your bubble. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing in it.
thought there wouldn't be.
There's nothing in it. Or rather, you can't see anything in it. I've got to be very careful how I do stuff. But
That's my round. I opened the door, I did the See Invisibility, and I looked out the window. I think that's probably a round.
Parker.
Um,
Fortuna says they're going to be coming. What have you done?
Speak to these two. Parker and Bugcraft. They did it.
It wasn't my idea.
shared responsibility, I see. Okay, fair enough.
Well,
I
yeah.
point at the big thing with the green head.
Well, we couldn't know that they were going to see through a distraction, but more to the point is, what do we do now?
What were you thinking? Anyway, okay. Well, we are where we are, but she just looks at the dead body of Splinter Skull.
we'll get rid of
She's
that.
just like, we are
We'll
in
get rid
so
of
much.
that.
We are in so much trouble.
What do you suggest we do?
I
Hide.
suggest we
That's what I
clean
suggest
this
we
place
do.
up, and then when the next people arrive, you can basically claim.
Mr. Green and Mr. Grey saw what happened. I'm going to have to think about a way of getting out of here.
Well, you're not.
You know
gonna
how
be
long
in
it's
trouble.
taken me to
It's
build
us-
this?
It's us that are going to be in trouble. We have.
Come with us
That's
to
not-
come
we
with
only
us
told
back to Frostanger.
That is seriously not the way these people think.
They don't
Anyway,
know there's
look,
any
I haven't got time
to-
connection
the
with
mafia,
between
isn't it?
us and you. So you haven't done anything wrong. We have. So you shouldn't be.
I think
Well,
all that's
I
going
don't think it works
all that's
that
going
way,
to matter
Johnny.
to them is that they were here, they were with me, and as soon as Mr. Green and Mr. Grey get back to their
I tell you what,
master, I'm in terrible trouble.
why don't we rob the place and you can blame us and we'll give you the money back later.
Give me a
Nice.
charisma. So what relevant skill have you got?
Persuasion.
Perfect. Give me a roll. Okay. She says, I guess it might be worth a try, but I don't think they're going to buy it. They're going to know what happened when Grey and Green tell them what they've seen.
Well, that
Well,
was, that was
what did
before
they
the
see?
robbery.
What they
yeah.
saw was they saw a bunch of people come in, do some smoke, duff them up, and then one of them ran away. They didn't see any interaction between us and you.
It might work, it might work. Might work.
And if we now, unfortunately, we're going to have to, duff you up a bit, tie you to the chair, and then we'll bugger off, ransack the place.
Well, just this area, the little room next door. It's
Well,
not
the safe.
the
yeah,
safe,
you
yeah.
know.
Kesha is kind of
It
looking
just
around
looks like
behind you
a
and making eye contact with Fortuna. And it looks like the two of them are sort of having a quick silent calculation and conversation between themselves about whether or not they can make this fly.
In the meantime, I'm chopping off the head of this guy, sticking it on a spike.
Okay.
lovely.
Lovely. Are you going to adorn your backpack with the spike? Wear
it's
it
not
like
a stuffed head. It'd be quite
trophy?
heavy, probably. So I'm just sticking it on a
Well,
spike.
you could
and I
stuff
might.
it. We'll wait.
You could suck the brain out.
Yeah, you
Suck
could
the brain
scoop
out.
everything out. I mean, how long can that take? 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that? That's
I'm
fine.
not that hungry
Okay.
at the moment. So I don't-
Oh, God.
Lovely.
Oh, God.
What we really came here to do was deliver our shopping list.
Yeah, I know.
This may not
It's
be anymore the perfect venue for your magic shopping.
We might need to go somewhere else.
Well, also, yeah.
Is there somewhere else?
Maybe. Well, there are other casinos, but let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Obviously, things are going to get a bit more difficult around here.
I'm going to take the spiked head and sticking it right outside the entrance.
Well,
Okay.
what do they
So
think
you're
of
running
the-
out to the front of the casino and mounting
God.
the severed head of the Ouch Splinter crime goon on a spike
Yeah.
outside in a statement of
Yes.
defiance. Okay, fine. Sessions?
I'm trying to see
Just going to
whether,
run through a round very quickly.
whether they think this plan is worth doing.
It's not you that's going to be in trouble if this doesn't work, is basically what she says.
I have
True.
It might
But
work.
I mean, you're
but
going to be in
it's-
trouble.
It
whatever
seems
happens.
like a lot of risk for us and no risk for you.
I have a controversial suggestion. Why don't we launch an attack on the Ouch Splinters?
Yeah,
Ooh.
that sounds good. I'll be up for
Why don't we
that.
just go straight at them?
I think Cuthbert owes us 15,000 gold pieces.
He does. Why don't we go and collect?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
That's
Yeah, I'm up for it.
You engineered this situation, right?
Burple, that's what you
Attack is
suggest.
the best form of defense.
That's what you suggest. Yeah.
Why are we still in round sequence?
Because something's going to happen soon. Maybe we don't want to be in this room. We should perhaps move our conversation into this room.
Well, no. You've had.
I'm in the
I've
foyer,
been very
yeah,
clear that you've been.
As per
Yeah.
my figure.
If you move yourself in your turn, you move yourself in.
It's
your
my turn, though, isn't it?
In a turn sequence. Sure. You want to move yourself? Not so sure of yourself.
No,
now.
I'm not. I'm going to move to the office next door.
Bottom of the round. In the office, a Quasit appears.
Oh dear.
Looks
You
around.
again.
And speaking in Cuthbert's voice, it says,
It seems we have a little bit of a problem.
and we'll find out.
Oh.
Wants to talk to you about and how you might resolve this and how much trouble you're in and whether or not you've got an opportunity to mount a frontal assault on the Outsplinters when we pick things up next week.
I like your idea, Dan. I think there's nothing wrong with being aggressive here. Cheeky. Why not?
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. The Prince of Red Hand and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. The Prince of Red Hand was written by Richard Pett. Music is from Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.